Peace and blessings to the tribe. Peace and blessings to the tribe. Tonight we have a wonderful guest. Can you please introduce yourself to the tribe, please?
Greetings, everyone. My name is Oshun Femi Wambi and Jerry, but Oshun Femi is cool, or Oshun. I am what I am.
I shall say.
Ashe.
I shall say. I thank you. Thank for having you. I do Matriarch Monday at least once every other week, and we try to talk to a different powerful goddesses from all the way around. Where are you from?
I am from Oakland, California, currently living in Oakland, California.
I shall say. We know a couple queens stay out there, and tonight we were going to touch a couple different topics, but I really wanted to touch on the topic we just gained the ancestor and Assata Shakur. And I really wanted some spiritual women or powerful women to come on and speak on her. A lot of people can speak on her, but other people to speak on her from the matriarch or the divine feminine behalf. Is that something you feel good talking about?
Absolutely.
Tell me, how do you feel, or what does Ashara Shakur mean to you and to people? Like, can you explain to us who she is?
Ooh, what does she mean to me? Ashe. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Asada Mama Iya. Assata Shakur means so much. She brought about a lot of grounding for me in a time of just so much going on. She demonstrated to us what a revolutionary is, was, um, a warrior woman, and a goddess at the same time. You know, her resilience. I'm moving away from this energy of resisting, even though that was so much, that was the thing, right? It's like resist, resist, resist. I feel like what she was able to do moving to Cuba was to not resist, was to surrender, and to be in flow where she was, be in alignment where she was. And I mean, it's not enough words. Like she did for some like the unthinkable, the unimaginable. Like reading the story, her autobiography, hearing her story on TikTok and Instagram. It's like, damn, like really. Wow, it's powerful, and she lived to be 78 years old,
Oh, sure.
and transitioned free, you know, free. So I mean, she's just a huge power source and inspiration and motivation to all movements. That there's so much possibility. There is freedom, even if you are in a different space and place. You know, she found better, and she still worked from her place, her seat of better. So I just give so much thanks and honor and praise to yeah.
I say. Yeah, man. In the world where so much fakeness out right now, and everybody claim to be real, and everybody claim to be so real, and everybody claim to be for their people. Like we don't honor the real ones enough, the real ancestors and the real elders enough. And I try to strive to like push our page for the matriarchs and for the elders, all of them that like really did work. Professor James Small. I know we just lost Baba Haru recently as well, and people we be talking about all the gangster this and gangster that, but like these people really were out to come get this woman. We came together and broke this woman out. This woman to put police where they need to be put. You know what I'm saying? Put, you know what I'm saying? Roll some pigs up, all sorts of stuff. And we don't honor the real ones enough. Like we honor foolishness, we honor ignorance, we honor a lot of dumb stuff, but we don't honor the real ones enough. And even with our own women, like with the men, we might honor Malcolm X. Some may honor different so-called leaders or whatnot, but we don't see the real ones that we don't acknowledge them enough. the real ones that really put work in and did different things for the black community, or just for black liberation or black freedom. You see what I'm saying? The Black Panthers alone by themselves were doing things for the community, and they didn't get credit for that. Those women didn't get credit for that. So we always, like I said, we do Matriarch Monday for her story and talking about it. And just like you said, she's done so much, like from being shot by the police, from busting back at the police, from being from fighting the system, trying to fight the system the right way and everything else, to even right now, you got these dirty, corrupt politicians speaking bad on her right now, speaking on her name. Like it's so much going on in the world right now, but we're the center of all attention to the point where you got files that's talking about all these child molesters and all these evil people out in the world right now. They don't want to focus on there, but they got the nerve to speak on this goddess, you know what I'm saying, in her transition. And so it's crazy how this world is really turning. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff is going on right now. So guys, real quick, man, we talking about revolutionary black women. I have you on here for a reason. Tell us more about yourself.
Ooh,
You have a big tribe. Y'all got a lot going on over there. What's going on?
more about myself. Well, I do want to speak to the fact that um, there are a lot of us. There are a lot of us who honor our elders and
I
ancestors,
say,
especially in these what's remaining of the, chocolate cities. Obviously, due to other things, but you know, um, I honor Assata. Ooh, in 20 was it 2016 or 2018? I can't remember. With my song Warrior Woman, I had already read her book, and then this song Warrior Woman came from just a moniker that another EL gave to me. It was just like, okay, Warrior Woman, all right, Warrior Woman, and she kept saying it, and I'm like, yeah, I am that. I am definitely that. And I started to write that song. It took me a little bit. I had the chorus, and it took a little while to write the verses. But when I did, and I finished it and completed it, um, shot it here in Oakland. Shot part of it also in New Orleans, um, on the very sacred lands. Where our ancestors were docked, and um, all those types of things that happened when they came and got off of a ship. Um, we shot that video, Warrior Woman, there in honor of those women, and I decided to just put up different pictures throughout the video of very significant, powerful warrior women, and Assata was definitely one of them. So that's kind of a long segue into my music, right? I am a musical artist, more so a writer, an author, a mother, a diviner, a teacher, a curator, a space holder, a hand layer, or more professionally, a Reiki master, teacher, da 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 da, right? Massage therapist. I used to design jewelry many years ago. Before, I won't say it was before it was a cool thing, but my jewelry was lit. It was lit. A lot of stuff that folks are, started doing in like 2018. And it was like, oh, snap, stuff like that. But yeah, a, I'm becoming. I'm becoming. I'm evolving. And those are just some of the titles and things that I have done.
Supreme
Um,
Healer. All those different things you said, Supreme Healer, the mother, the teacher, the all sorts of different things in there. Yes, ma'am. So yeah, no, and how do we get? You said you were talking about one of your songs, but how do we find your music? Where do we go to find your music?
the music is everywhere. Well, You can't go on Instagram and find all the songs because they done blocked some of them. But you know, YouTube's and Spotify's and all the other places and things, they have my music. Well, they have two of my albums. The first one I did is not, it's not out.
Mm. Yes, ma'am.
Digital, all the things, but yeah, you can find it.
But I love how your music is inspirational. You're one of my favorite artists, along with Richard Raw, Tahir RBG. Y'all always be putting out some very inspirational, motivational music. I know Richard Raw stay giving us Assata Shukar shout out. So big shout out to Richard Raw. Um,
For
and overall, man, how do you feel like in the community? Like, where do we stand as a people in the community? I know you're in Oakland, and I know that's has a real strong base. But as a whole, Black people as a whole, do you think there's a unity coming, or what do you think? Is it something that's going to be divided through consciousness? Because even with that, we're divided in so many different ways. Like,
So,
like, what do you think?
uh, oh, so many things. I think so many things, but um, my first thought to your question is it really is going to take the spiritualists, you know, to gather, to commune, to be in deep prayer, you know, to be in deep resonance. Um, because if one can be in resonance, you know how aura and auric fields work, you know, and I think it has to just be very intentional in that way. Since EI's transition, I've been on this deep dive of research in regards to this city, in regards to Oakland, and it's taken me places I didn't think I would
I say,
kind of be going, and it has led me. It's like I want to say, but I'm not fully sure how it's going to manifest yet. But just in terms of connecting with other indigenous folks and just like cleaning the streets, so to speak, you know, was one thing that has come to me. How to manifest, I don't know yet because, like I said, it's so fresh and new. But it's energetic balance and stability and harmony. Like we we need it. You know, we need it. It looks so many different ways to me. From, you know, my first thought, I'll share this with you, with y'all. My first thought was to go to all the different murals of Assata here in Oakland and just perform some music. I couldn't find any more of the murals. They were either painted over or gone. I see so many different things, and I'm hesitant a little bit to say fully because you know how manifestation works. But
yeah.
I feel like it could take one, or it could be a collective, you know. But definitely with the intention, like even this past Sunday or Sunday before yesterday, I had a group of women here, and Iya Coco, Mama Coco, was an inspiration for me to create a an event around healing and water and all the things, but more specifically, are in movement. Right, we doing all these line dances. It's like even more now than when she we were discussing this in 2022. Um, but when we're hitting those four corners, you know, it is linked to, you know, Ifa. It is linked to the Congo. You know, it's so much spiritual magic there when you touch in north, south, east, west, or east, west, north, south, however, right? Um, there's so much that can be done with that sort of energy. And so Um, Even just in this area that I'm in, the energy shifted. You know, there was some folks that, every now and again they be hollering a little bit, and I have not heard that. So it's gonna take somebody being bold, somebody making a decision to say, you know what, this is what I have to offer my community in this particular way for unification, in this particular way for balance, for restoration, for community, for whatever it is, whatever the intention is, and saying, this is what I do, this is what I can bring, this is what I can offer. Um, yeah.
You there, Goddess?
Oh, can you not hear me?
Yes. I'm sorry. Somebody's trying to come in now. I was trying to add them. Give me 1 second.
Oh, no
That's why I was
problem.
giving you the floor for a second. Boom. Um,
Yeah, so it's like that video. There was a video on social media where it was one person and they was just dancing, right? They doing all their little weird dances and stuff. It's a festival. They in the grass. It's like a beautiful day. This person is enjoying their life, enjoying their time. Really taking up space and taking up the moment, right? Enjoying the moment. And so eventually another person joins them, and they start dancing. And then right after that, a third come. And then it's just three of them for a while until folks is like, you know what? I paid for this. Or, I'm here. Like, I'm gonna get into this. And everybody just starts dancing. It just takes one to activate, to start a movement. Um, and so that's what we need.
you got us, man. I'm with you, man. We've been pushing for it for a while. Like I said, I talked to a lot of different people. Hold on 1 second. Boom. He's got his Juju Guru. How you feeling?
Hi, hello. I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm blessed to have two beautiful goddesses in with us tonight. We're talking about Matriarch Monday, the topic of Assata Shukar. I wanted you here tonight because you be having a strong message yourself. You want to introduce yourself real quick, goddess?
Hello there. My name is Juju the Guru. I'm from San Diego, California, and I make music. I'm an artist just overall. I make music and I decode media for the empowerment of the community. That's what I do.
I'll say. You got California in the house big right now, man. Cali-
Hey.
Look,
Oh,
West
Callie
Coast,
in
we
the
got Queen
building.
Khalifa energy.
Hey, Callie in the building.
Yeah, she's from Oakland. The goddess from Oakland. Hold
Right,
on.
Hey, they go in the building. They go in the building. What's up, Oakland?
yes.
And your message, goddess, you be having a real strong, a powerful message. I love what your presentation on the Bloods of Crips the other day. How you broke down the whole set and a set and everything. That was great. Like Rod tries to spend a lot of time talking to these people, trying to elevate their mindset because ain't no way in 2025 we still making the same mistakes we
Ain't
were
no,
making in 1995.
ain't no
You know what I'm saying? Something's wrong.
right.
We not holding up to these titles like we supposed to.
No,
But tonight we're about the matriarch, and the matriarch is all about women like yourself, women like this guy that's taking the lead and leading all sorts of different generations of people, men, women, and children, into this next phase of life. And we're not going to do that without all of us. You know what I'm saying? The goddesses always tell me, the elders of the night always say, wholeness. We got to be whole with it. So, how do you feel about Assata Shakur? How did Assata Shakur affect you, or did you just do some research? And how did you feel about her? What do you think about that?
um, I mean, I personally feel like any woman that just in a time where, I mean, we're coming out of the patriarchy is still here, but I just think any strong woman with a strong voice that just has something to say is just, I think that's just powerful because I think that, it is a man's world, you know what I'm saying? But I think they underestimate, the goddesses. And I think that we have a lot to say. And I feel like our voice has been suppressed, but now's the time for us to speak up. This is actually the pivotal time for the goddesses to
I
speak up.
say,
I'm saying, especially, it's just like from a lot of the research that I've been doing, it's really, really, it's really something going on outside that's really out there trying to silence us. You know what I'm saying? And shut our voices off. You know, specifically the melanated male. So, you know what I'm saying? I just think that, yeah, any goddess that's revolutionary and has something powerful to say is it's powerful.
Well, we always talk about the matriarch, and in the matriarch, we always got to honor the oldest woman in your family. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Right.
we can't never really heal until we heal. Like we be so quick to heal and forgive everybody else and do these different things, and we can't forgive our mothers, we can't forgive our brothers, we can't forgive nobody in our own bloodline. You know what I'm saying? So healing is a big thing in the Black community. We most definitely do. And facing those uncomfortable conversations that y'all bring, that's why it's like you say, it's so important that Black women or indigenous women are speaking on these things, because I might speak on it. They might not want to hear it coming from me. You know what I'm saying? They might think I'm
Right.
biased on the subject. Whereas a beautiful woman, a goddess, they say certain things, y'all get it done. And it's never been a man's world. It's always been a Mayat's world. It's always been
Oh,
a Mayat world.
absolutely,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
So we're just
absolutely.
getting back in balance. We're getting
The
back in
physical,
balance. Ace is in
absolutely.
play. You know what I'm saying? So, goddess, how you feeling up there? We ain't ignoring you. How you feeling, goddess? Goddess Oshun?
Oh, I'm wonderful. I'm just listening. We welcoming her to the space. I've been here, so I
Yo,
am observing.
I also wanted to say that perception is everything. That's what I want to say as well when it comes to Asata, because I know there's a lot of mixed messages out there about her. You know what I'm saying? Um, People thought strongly this way about her. She's a criminal, all these things or whatever. And then, people thought strongly on the other side about her. She's a hero. She's a revolutionary. All those things. And I just think that it's just very, like, for example, for what I'm doing, I think the power of perception is just so powerful, because I think most people don't ever think about the media. They don't think about the people who are putting these stories out. You know what I'm saying? The people who's telling it. And so I think, like, a person could be the villain based off of basically who's telling the story. You know what I mean? But I I feel like it's just uh that's what I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry, I'm a little
you said
nervous.
it perfect.
I guess that's what
Propaganda.
I'm trying to say. Based off of who's telling the narrative, basically, I think it's just always important to just question, like, okay, where is this coming from? Who's saying this? Because it's like, you know, uh, based off of this person, you know what I'm saying? It might be the bad guy, but for you, you know what I mean? It might be the good person. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying that it's really just a perception thing or whatever like that. And it's the bad guy according to who? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just important to question that as well, and just not go whatever media says, because I think that's why we're in the pickle that we're in now as a community. Yeah,
I said, say you were saying something, goddess?
I was saying yes, propaganda.
absolutely, absolutely.
No, and then, but at the same time, at this stage in life, like some of us have been around at least 30, 40 years on this, and we see the same thing happen over and over again. So we shouldn't fall for the same tricks. And I don't see how our kids are falling for the same tricks. And you know what I'm saying? That's where we're feeling that. It's never been their job to uphold the legacy of our elders. That's always been our job. You know what I'm saying? I don't care there's no such thing as no far right or far left for me. I'm always gonna be about my people, you know what I'm saying, indigenous people, regardless of wherever you're at on the globe, indigenous people that are about spirituality, about righteousness. That might come far and few, but at the same time, it's more and more being born every day. I mean, in consciousness birth, you know what I'm saying? So the people that have anything to say about her, they automatically, I need to see who's the enemy. Make yourself known, because if you on the fence about anything, anybody that straddles the fence gets ripped in half. You see what I'm saying? So there is no 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Assata Shakur fought for Black people when most of these most Negroes were cowards. Most Negroes are cowards.
Right.
Most of these females are bad wenches. Most people don't want freedom. Most people want comfortability in this realm. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And you got the realest person. We always talk about we love Pac because he was so real. Where Pac get it from? We love all these different people because they're so real. We call all these people gangster. But what is gangster? If you ain't busted, the way these police out here killing our kids, The way these white folks go out and hunt the weakest of our men and children and women. You see what I'm saying? So no, she's a warrior. They can't take that from us. She's an Ogungun now. You know what I'm saying? She borderline working her way into an Orisha. You know, if she's not already tied in with that Oya energy. Um, no, man, she just like the reason we love Pac so much because he busted at the police. Why did he bust the police? He busted the police for abusing a citizen, abusing another black man. Assata did the same thing, and most of the Black Panthers did the same thing and were demonized and forgotten about. And all of us have been demonized, forgotten about because of rule number one, distract and divide, and they divided us from each other. And we all, you know what I'm saying? We all know we got a story to tell, but we don't know we all going through the same thing. And her story is amazing. There's so many powerful women. I always talk about Ida B. Wells, and I might be saying the name wrong, but Ida B. Wells. Are you familiar with her?
No.
I
Please.
yeah.
Yeah, Ida B. Wells. Yeah. So it's so many. Like when I really speak on the matriarch economics, balance of matriarch, because everybody that said right now, everybody indigenous say they fall up under the feather. That feather represents Mayat. Mayat represents balance, and we got to
Right.
get back in balance with each other. We got to heal
Absolutely.
each other. And, you know what I'm saying? This isn't nothing that these people, like she said, propaganda. But these people have been working on this for years.
Oh
This is
yeah, they've been
this is social engineering. They've been
not
working
just
on this for
years.
years.
They've been working on
Look,
this for generations, man. Like
generations.
how
So
far back this stuff goes, like you know what I'm saying? Just the
we
fact
gotta
of
honor
being
those. We gotta honor those warriors that fought against the system that we so called died, but they up in the ethers. They rotating right now. This is the year 9. This is the year of Oya. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of powerful entities that's going into this next realm, and there's a lot of people that's trying to come together. And then there's a lot of frauds. Let the frauds expose themselves. It makes it easier to go and get rid of them. The reason the download I get is the reason that these spirits and these angels haven't come down and ripped all this apart is because we too intermingled with all these other people right now. The second we split up and start working on our Black Wall Streets and our crystal cities and all these homesteads and everything else, reckoning is gonna come, and it's gonna come sooner than later. And it has to lead up under the matriarch. It has to be the women that's leading that front. You see what I'm saying? They
yep.
experimented on men years ago when they started putting the rap epidemic back in the 90s and got rid of all these black boys and got rid of all these black dads and sent in prison to the point where now we think it's cool to go to prison. We always make our trauma look cool, don't it? You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say. I mean, I wouldn't say we. I mean, I know there's like a bigger system at play. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, man. We ain't write the script,
And
right?
it's really brainwashing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just to look at the tiny smidget of energy I got in my own in my comment section, I'm like, whoa, there's a lot of work to do. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even blame them. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand. They don't understand. They don't overstand. They don't get what's happening to them. That's the point, to reveal it. And I just feel like it's been woven into this very intricate system that these people have been following for ages. It's like it can go back to like the Renaissance times. You know what I'm saying? You can look at the old pictures and it's just like all this coding and all this stuff in the background. And it's like it's really revealing that it's like, wait, on the front end, everything looks cool, kumbaya, cool, whatever. But on the back end, these people are plotting, planning, and they have been sticking to the script since birth, handing the scripts to
Don't
their
take no days
children,
off.
and just running the play. And it's just going over heads. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, it's crazy because this how I'm able to just pull from these super old things that you think would have nothing to do with it. But I had to tell people, just like the law of oneness, everything is connected. For people who's like, oh, you're reaching and you're pulling this from over here. Well, yeah, because it's kind of like an episode of Saw. It's like it's like a Saw movie. It's like Jigsaw. You kind of got to put the pieces together. It's a big ass riddle. You know what I'm saying?
I said,
So
listen, ooh, I'm sorry, and not to cut your wisdom, but
no, go
rule
ahead.
number one, we don't owe nobody no explanation. You
Right,
getting our lessons and lessons only. We don't owe a motherfucking shit. Mother ain't never, excuse me. But
right.
like I said, we rebelling against the matrix and we flipping. I'm on some Samson stuff. We trying to knock down these temples. We trying to, you know what I'm saying, re-erect them. And that comes in our mind. We had to go out there and find this information with our mind because nobody was giving us nothing. We've been rejected by everybody and took Bruce Lee told you that in your fighting stance, you should take everything that works for you. Right now, we the only people on this planet that fight with our minds and our hearts and our spirits.
Right.
Name another one. They can try to they try to belittle black people in America, and I don't mean to be, you know what I'm saying, but I'm really big on that. Like you said, we're brainwashed. We don't understand. Right now, this right here is an obsidian scrying mirror. When you turn it off, it's all black, right? It has all those special little stones in it that they're fighting over for in the Congo as we speak. The cobalt is in your phone. The quartz is in your phone. All these different things are in your phone because what they might call magic is science, and they're using that science against us. So, like you said, man,
Absolutely.
they tripped a bunch of us off the streets in the '90s for the boys. They doing it now. I keep telling a lot of people they mastered it with us. Now they were like, yeah, now we're gonna run it on these women. Now you got all the sexy
Oh
reds and all these
yeah.
violent women and all this energy.
Well,
So
I mean, from my understanding, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, please.
Um, from my understanding, I've learned there's something called. Well, I was kind of just like dibbling and dabbling in a lot of like just the occult world, basically, just trying to figure out what was kind of going on back there. And to my understanding, they have these aeons, and so they called it, the aeon of Isis. Then they have the aeon of Osiris, and then they had the aeon of Horus, basically. And so I guess according to that, right now we're in the time of the Aeon of Horus, basically. And so we're coming out of the Aeon of Osiris. But if, anybody knows the story of Osiris, basically he was chopped into 14 pieces and it couldn't find his, his manhood, you know what I'm saying? Because it was swallowed by a fish. And so basically it's like this story of like, they've pretty much the men or the fathers in the house they've pretty much dismembered them, you know what I'm saying? They've in all these different ways, if not literally, they're taking the men out the house, they're it's just, and they've made it to where they can't provide for their families, so the women aren't respecting them.
You said it. They took their
Yeah, they
manhood.
put them in jail, or a crypt, you know what I'm saying? It's just like so many which ways that the black man has been like dismembered, that basically now in the Aeon of Horus, it's about the children now. You know what I'm saying? It's about the
I
children.
see.
So now they're like, oh, okay, we didn't got the man out the way. He's weak. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna fight back. He's powerless. He's out the way. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, now the children are vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, for me, I have a passion for children, as far as just like children, inner child work, just anything childlike, because I'm very much a big kid myself. Um, but that's pretty much the play now, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like I'm the ways in which like the things that the food is not even food anymore, you know what I'm saying? The things that they're putting in the water, all these chemicals and things like that that's changing genetics and all this other, this all this warfare going on, and it just kind of had clicked to me. I'm like, oh, okay, like we're literally in World War III, but it's covert now. You know what I'm saying? Now it's secret, and by the time everyone, this stuff is going over people's heads so bad, and people are so boggled down with everyday life and just barely making it, that by the time they don't even have time to think about this stuff. And by the time they do realize what's happened to them, it's too late. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just like, it now they don't, the mother's out the way, she's sleeping. I don't know if you've seen the videos. I had referenced the Water Boy. And me, I watch a lot of media, I watch a lot of movies, but that's where all this stuff comes from, basically. That's how it all came together. I watch a lot of media since ever. But basically, if you notice in the Water Boy, the women, the cheerleaders were asleep. They were always drunk on the bleachers, basically, and the team sucked. The football team sucked. And towards the end of the movie, basically, when Bobby Boucher started to play, the mama, when she supported him, she basically gave all the cheerleaders in the bleachers, she gave them all coffee, basically, to wake them up. She's like, get up, we gotta cheer my baby on, yada yada yada, you know what I'm saying? So the cheerleaders was up and they're cheering, and the team's just crushing it, you know what I'm saying, at the end. And it just had really showed me that it's like, without the women, it's just no way that the men are gonna win this
Thanks.
game. They're just not, you know what I'm saying? And so I just think it's really just a ploy to all this money over women, and you know homies over. It's just it's
But you
ridiculous.
see it always rhyme, right? You say it all the
Huh?
time. The spell in it. It's a spell. It's a spell.
Yeah,
Aside before I give you one,
absolutely.
I'll give you 1 second, goddess. Queen
Huh?
Rebel Divine, how you feeling?
Hello.
Peace, peace. I'm feeling very well. Sorry to just butt in.
Oh no, it's okay.
Yeah, it was just like, well, you can enter, but then you'll be backstage, and then I like log on, and there's like a whole thing going on. So, peace, everybody. I'm Queen Rebel Divine. It is nice to see familiar faces, and also nice to meet you, Juju. Peace.
Hi, it's nice to meet you as well.
Well, let me go around real quick, just for everybody that just tapped in, because we got some superstars in tonight. I didn't get Beyonce, but for y'all, who I did get was the goddess Oshun Femi from Oakland.
I mean, it's still ocean energy, so you
It's
know.
the, I think you got Oshun energy more than Beyonce. Just be honest with you.
I
We
mean, we
got
gonna.
the goddess from another part of California. We got Queen Khalifa energy in here too. We got the goddess Juju the Guru.
Hello there,
What part of Cali you were from?
San Diego.
San
Dago.
Diego.
Dago. We call it Dago.
There you go.
Say okay, that part. I don't want to say it wrong 3 times.
Yeah.
And we got the Queen of Rebel Divine, Miss Rebel Divine. Where you from?
I'm from Dallas, Texas, but I'm living in Atlanta.
Hey.
In the A, in the A. The A is not a real place. Uh, but it's a special place. We got a lot of superstars down there. And Rebel Divine, me and her have done a couple of shows on emotional intelligence, trying to talk our men out of tricking themselves off the street. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the program and everything else. So me and her have done some shows to try to talk to, like you said, the youth, young men that don't, young men and women that have to deal with emotional intelligence. They probably didn't know what emotional intelligence was. So, God, it's tonight. The major topic was Assata Shakur, and I'm glad to have not one, not two, but three powerful women here tonight, three revolutionary women here tonight that's on their own type time of trying to heal the community and teach the community. What do you have to say? I know you got a lot going on. Tell the people about you, what you got going on.
Me?
Yes, ma'am.
Indeed, indeed. Peace, everybody. I am Queen Rebel Divine. I am an emotional intelligence teacher. I am a mental health advocate, and I am a healer in the community. I am a lot of different things, and mostly I am a mother to the community and a mother of the nation. I take my responsibility to give back very seriously, and in my gifts and talents, it starts with me educating the young and then being able to provide them with a safe environment for them to thrive. And yeah, I'm excited to be on this stream with you guys and ladies because there has been a huge transition that has occurred here very recently. As of course, we have the righteous Asada Shakur that has returned to the essence, but we also have dealt with these paradigm shifts that have certainly happened, and we're getting the energy surges from it. So I'm very excited about what all of this coming together means for revolutionaries and for communities across the nation.
Thank you for that, guys. It's Matriarch Monday, y'all. Matriarch Economics. Uh, Replacing, putting these women back into their rightful places of leadership, so they can guide us out this foolishness. Because men are gonna
Oh,
keep
there we
on bumping
go.
their heads if we don't get the right ones in leadership. And
Hold
we
on.
most definitely working on it with powerful women all
I'm
around
doing
the
this.
Americas, the
Can
Americans.
can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
You can hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hold on. I can't hear you.
If you need to tap out,
Um, I cannot hear anything.
hold
That's
on.
crazy.
If you need to tap out, come back in.
Leave and come back on.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Let me.
Boom. Okay. So, got it so soon. How you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful. I'm
I
feeling
know
wonderful.
you were giving us a lot of wisdom, and then you sat back for a second. Go and give it to us. I know you were holding back. Let us know
Oh
something.
yeah. I mean, I got to step back so they can step up, right? I stepped up first, and so I got to step back. But what I was thinking of when Juju the Guru was speaking, I was thinking of Oshun,
Sure.
and her the story of creation, right?
Sure.
In terms of Ifa and the Yoruba people, They couldn't do nothing without the woman. Everything was failing. Um, and that is because they intentionally left her out of every single process. And upon consultation with the Most High, it was like, well, where's the woman? Like, you need to go apologize. You need to make offering. You know. So this is why we always acknowledge, shown that there's always water in ceremony. You cannot live without Ashon. The waters that are flowing through your body, the shower water, the drinking water, you know, um, it is a source of life. Whether you eat plants or animals, like all of that needs water.
Hmm.
Water got no enemies, at all. So that's kind of what I was thinking of when she was speaking. Like you will fail, and maybe you won't fail immediately, but it will not be as successful as it could be, because that is divine balance.
Ashe.
Happening is you have man and woman, you have three, or you have infinity, right? So life can continue on and on and on and on and on. So it can't just be man. You have
That's what the
nothing.
lessons are there. Like you said, when you started, that's what the hadiths and all these lessons are there for, to teach us this. And that's why I say it's crazy that we're making the same mistakes over and over and over again when we have these lessons that were given to us, so we wouldn't make the same mistakes. The mistakes of Ogun, the mistakes of Shango, the mistakes of all these different, all the way down, all the way down. We're making the same mistakes over and over and over again. So,
This is
uh,
true,
matriarch,
but
I'm sorry.
I said this is true, but a lot of us are just coming to, right? You can go just a generation above us, and it was, you didn't ask, you couldn't ask questions. The stories couldn't be told. You have
Hmm.
to go back a little bit further, or to a particular grandmother that was willing to open up and
That's
give
it.
you that. And even if she was, sometimes she wouldn't give you everything. So it's been a process, but we doing it. We doing it.
And when you say you're doing it, I see all the different events and stuff. You go back and forth to Africa. What's the temperature when you be going to Africa? Is it love for? Is it really love when you go back and forth to Africa?
Is it really love? Yes, yes, because you come with a particular energy.
Mm.
You come willing and ready to give wherever you go in the world. I would hope that folks would be like that, ready to learn, ready to share, ready to teach, ready to observe all of the things. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of love. Everywhere has they things, and of course their perceptions. But yeah, I got nothing but love for sure.
I say. All right, guys. Queen Rebel, what you been doing in the community lately? A lot of people, I be hearing a lot of people talk about it, but I be seeing you in the community a lot, man. You be giving out free book bags to kids and free haircuts and stuff. What's going on?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been really, really wonderful pouring into the community. Um, and I've been able to like spend a lot more time in that versus like online and things like that. And it's so weird trying to balance that out because I'd rather be out doing the work, but people only fuck with it if they know that if I can prove that I've done it by posting it online. So it can be kind of
It's
annoying.
weird, yeah.
It takes away from I just want to work. But yeah, so I've been hosting weekly meditations and guiding people through to their next best part. And that has been very, very wonderful to do. And it's been an energy work that is doable. on a weekly basis, because as energy and light workers, like, and even shadow workers, it gets tiring, especially whenever you don't have the balance or the harmony to be able to pour back into yourself. And so I've been able to really manage that and grow that, and that's been very wonderful. We have a cultural arts space for anybody that isn't
She should pop right back in. Like I said tonight, I'm really trying to tap into that Assata Shakur energy. I'm talking to three amazing women that have an energy about them that they're trying to fight a system, fight an energy. They don't have nobody asked y'all to fight physically. We appreciate that y'all fight spiritually and mentally, because that shows us the direction we're supposed to be fighting in. Let us do the rest. She should pop back in any second, y'all. She just stepped out for a sec. How you feeling, Miss Juju?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm just,
Man,
I'm
give me some of that
sitting.
science. We ain't bring you up for no reason. First off, tell us about your Instagram or TikTok or whatever you know what I'm saying you big on, and tell us your science on Anubis and all that. You know what I'm saying? Tell me about it.
Yes, I'm
Um,
for decoding. I'm ready to hear.
well, my social handles is Juju the Guru on literally everything. Um, and it's crazy too, because I just popped my head back on social media. I took like a dopamine detox for like a year. I was literally off of social media. It was a lot going on. I just felt overwhelmed by um social media, AI. It could just be very overwhelming, and it's getting it's a lot, machines everywhere and real fake. It's hard to tell now. It's just overwhelming. So I really had to just take a break, and I think that was one of the best things I could have ever done for myself. And I worried that my career, so to speak, would suffer because of that. Because on Instagram or just on social media, you always have to go, 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 push, push, push. But I'm like, you're not gonna make me your content slave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I create when I feel called to create, and I create whatever wants to come out of me is, out of my vessel. That's what's gonna come out. I don't
Oh,
like
sure.
to like, controlled on. No, then it's not art anymore. So,
No, yeah,
it's
I
not
feel
art
you.
anymore. Yeah, it's not art anymore. And so I'm like, I got to be free and to do my thing when I create, and that's when it comes out best. So yeah, I was away from social media for like literally a whole year. So me popping back up with that video, it's crazy because that in that time, I really really took a step back from just everybody in real life as well. Not just on social media, and I really just went in my hole. And the more I just worked on myself and just kind of went within and really just found peace, honestly, because I mean, I don't know, people think they have to do so much to try to find it. You really don't. What you're seeking is seeking you. If you really just sit
Yeah.
down long enough and quiet enough to hear what the universe is trying to say to you. So for me personally, it really just came in my moments of peace. And then all these aha moments came up, like a mad scientist.
That's where you find it at, in the
Yeah, it
moments of
does.
peace,
That's
silence.
the way it works in peace. And so I was like, okay, well, and then pretty much spirit was just like guiding me pretty much, and it was like, look deeper into this, and what does this mean, and do the colors, and I was just getting it was just coming in my head like a lightning bolt, you know what I'm saying?
You know
And
about
so
Raw
I'm just,
Hayes?
huh?
You listen to Raw Hayes?
Excuse me?
Do you listen to Raw Hayes?
Raw haze?
Yeah.
No.
So man, that's crazy. So every time I talk to somebody, everybody on the channel got something going on. I wouldn't be talking to them. You know what I'm saying? So like you influential. The guy that's beside you is influential. The guy that's above you is influential. Number one, before we go any further, make sure you tap into these goddesses. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yes, of
Content
course.
is only a beautiful woman such as yourself. We can stop right there. That's content. Now, after that, a beautiful woman that got something to say. Now we have three
Right.
of them right here: singers, authors, mental health counselor, all these different things. Where I don't even have to be here. Y'all can have your own show, and y'all can run your own show, and that's content. You see what I'm saying? We're not here just to entertain. You're here to uplift and teach and everything else. So with that being
Absolutely.
said, like y'all are super powerful in so many different ways. You know what I'm saying? So, Goddess Rebel Divine, I'm happy to have you back. I'm gonna come
Yeah.
right back to you, Goddess. You can hear us?
Yes, I can. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
It
man.
dropped off. It didn't.
Yeah, I'm just talking about collaboration. and tag teaming up because do you know Osun Femi up there?
No, no, I have not
You
met them.
most definitely. We be talking about all the Bambays in Atlanta and everything else. They know her. She's
Gotcha.
in my eyes a big thing in IFA community, a big thing in the concert community in general. She puts out good, beautiful music. Tap into her
Mm,
music. You know what I'm saying? You what you
indeed.
like 3-time platinum on your last? Ain't you like 3-time platinum on your last thing? I'm
Indeed.
sorry, but was it four, three, four? Anyway, the numbers is irrelevant, but but no, her whole squad puts out amazing music. Beautiful tribe, and they represent something different that also brings a different power to us in this community. And going back to that Assata energy, that is bringing all these different mastermind women together. They didn't have the internet back in the day where they can communicate, so there's no excuses now. Y'all can tap in. We're tapped in the Matriarch Monday, Matriarch Economics. We got the goddess Juju. She be breaking down some science. The reason I asked you about Rod Hayes was because he does the exact same thing. He speaks from that grandfather perspective. Because like you said, a lot of the grandfathers didn't make it that long. A lot of the daddies ain't around no more. You know what I'm saying? So and they got caught up in that system or that video game that we might call the Matrix or game banging or whatever dumb shit we want to call it. Me personally, I'm too old to play Cowboys and Indians. But when we were playing Cowboys, and you know what I'm saying, we were doing it at a young age. You got grown men doing it now. They're not even
Right.
trying to teach the young people nothing right. You got grown men out here doing this weird shit and getting caught up in dumb shit, and that's what's making it worse and worse because this is really a young man's game. So, uh, Goddess, back to you, Miss Rebel Divine. You were telling me a little bit about the stuff you do in the community. What's going on?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Just real quick, for anybody that is in Atlanta or that visits Atlanta, we have a cultural arts space called Timbuktu ATL, and that is where the weekly meditations that I was speaking of earlier are hosted. But I'm very, very, very excited because we have. Well, we're soon to launch a coat drive for the youth in Atlanta. That's been something that I've noticed since I've moved out here. I would see like my kids, they're outside, they have on big coats, hoodies underneath, and beanies and gloves when they need them. And then I would see other kids at the bus stop with them or going to school and they just wrapped in blankets or they just don't have cold weather clothes. So maybe they have on shorts, but it's still 50 degrees. Like that was the high for the day. And wanting to be the change that I wish to see in the world and starting with the local community. And so we're going to be running that throughout October. And we have partnered with some amazing organizations already. And we're going to be able to connect a lot of families to resources that can help the youth continue to thrive. Because a code is one thing, a community that gives you hope is something totally different. And so that is like really something I'm so so excited about because I'm also surrounded by partnerships of excited people. So I know that we're gonna do a lot. Like you were talking about earlier about the back to school drives and us partnering with Mo Melon and Mo Power, who have a lot of affiliation with the Black Panther community, with the modern day Black Panther community. We have creative art schools that show up and do stuff with us because we just have a network of adults that understand that it's up to us to be able to give the babies what they need and that the babies are the greatest. And so, yeah, so that's where a lot of my work has been going. I've also been expanding into elder adults and just providing them with more enrichment things because you're never too old to learn and neuroplasticity is a thing and we can all just improve our lives by improving the knowledge that we're intaking, quality knowledge that we're intaking. So I've expanded to elder adults, and I'm also very interested, but it's a complex field, but providing more men's mental health services as well. Because just as the queens were talking about earlier about the importance of women in spaces in spaces of leadership. I totally agree. I totally agree. And it can just be a challenge of us being able to be seen in a way where we can be the teacher and to where we can be the leader that we actually very much are and also still be that compassionate and nurturing character as well to really be able to help the lesson stick. But because of the society we live in, sometimes it's a challenge being able to bring harmony uh into a woman being a quality leader and her knowing that she's a quality leader and being able to express how that is, and have the flock to lead. So bringing all of those things together is something that is certainly going to be a 2026 portal that I ascend into, to be able to really provide a lot of resources for my brothers because they need it. But I do know, and I think that everybody on here will agree, that whenever you educate a woman, then you educate a nation. So I'm looking forward to being able to continue to educate the nation. Thank you.
I'm sure I say.
Peace.
And that's another reason why I'm super glad that I have all three of y'all, different perspectives, different areas that really need y'all. Atlanta really needs y'all. You see what I'm saying? California really needs y'all. I'm pretty sure. I don't go to California, period. So I don't know what California need, but y'all over there
You
in
know
California,
Florida,
y'all
but
know
not
what y'all need. You
California.
know what
That's
I'm saying? I
crazy.
know we need it in the South. I know most definitely we need that grandmama energy, that big mama energy back in the South. Um, Rod is always talking about, he's the one that like made everybody start paying attention to the family dynamic. She's talking about community, and we always talk about what's wrong with our people. There's no community. Rule number one: there's no community. There's no community healing. There's nobody talking to each other. The harmony of her voice might heal somebody. I might, you know what I'm saying? If we had community and everybody in the community at 5 o'clock in the rising is working out, ain't that going to have a different effect on the community? If we wake up first thing in the morning and we walking outside and the first thing we see is beautiful black women doing yoga, you don't think my day is not going to be a great day? You see what I'm saying? So it's so many different things that we don't acknowledge, and we're finding bits and pieces of it. But like the elders of the night always say, bringing that together in wholeness, and when we find the wholeness of it. But and that's another question: why do you think it's so hard? I'm gonna ask you, Queen Rebel Divine. You in Atlanta? Why is it so hard with all these X-Men out there, with all these superheroes out there? Why is it so hard to really unify or,
Ooh,
or, or, or to get it done?
to unify. Um. Okay. So I think my favorite reason as to why is because of epigenetics. I think that that's probably like my favorite reason because that's the one that has been instilled in us that creates disunity inside of our own selves. And so, of course, as within, so as without. Um, I recently learned more about stress and trauma and how it impacts lineages. So, for example, the traumas that our grandparents have experienced, of course, it gets encoded into our parents and then it gets decoded with us from our parents to us, but we're still able to have the same, I think, physiological response to whatever it was as just as our grandparents had it. So it's like we literally like have a a synchronous response to stress and trauma. And we know like what that can do to the brain. It can stunt the brain's growth, it can make it smaller, and it can shrink you, and it can provide deterioration to your immune system and to your nervous system and things like that. So I know that it's an intergenerational thing, so it starts there. And then, of course, it's by political design, it's by structural design, by societal design for it to be like that. And then we don't do what the fuck we supposed to do. I mean, like, you know, like we can put it on everything else. Like, well, if we know that our genetics and the generation one or two before us had substance abuse, why are you trying substances? Take responsibility. If we know that there are structural things where the police are gonna fuck with us, where we know that that the government wants to break up the black family, if we know that that social media has all these different ploys put in there, like to control how we feel, like literally use behavioral psychology to know what to put.
She spin that fire. She's spinning that fire to drop this out. I'm about to ask all y'all the same question because the faster we acknowledge these problems and or the problems and stop worrying about the symptoms, we'll get better. But I'm glad she said that she was breaking it down. How you feel about that, Goddess Juju? What's holding us back as a community? Like for real, not the bullshit, not the pretty aspect of it, but like if we could cut one bullshit thing out the community to make us better, what would it be?
I would have to agree with everything she was saying. Um, Personally, I think that I would say ourselves as well. I mean, I think it's about taking accountability and taking responsibility as far as um, for me, and I can just only speak on a personal level. I can't, so I try not to put like I guess a whole blanket on everyone, but for me personally, it's like I've always been able to solve my problems when I've gone within and I've changed myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's all just a reflection of what's going on with us. Just like your outer reality is a reflection of what's going on within you. I feel like the outer total consciousness is a reflection of what's going on with us as a people. You know what I'm saying? And when we change, it's gonna change. And
I say.
so me personally, I just feel like we can. I'm like I said, we're not going to deny that all these things are happening. I mean, that's literally what my platform is. I'm using my platform to speak about. Like this stuff is happening. There is a play. There is something going on. There is people
Spell.
conspiring against us. Yeah, there is spell work at work. It is.
You
But
broke it down. I saw your video. Look, most people can't break it down. Like I'm from the underworld looking up, so I know exactly what you're talking about. A
right,
lot of people are from the outside looking at it like, oh, it sounds cute what you said. No, they've never been to the crypt. They've never been to hell. You know what I'm saying?
it ain't
So,
that cute. No, ain't
nah,
no
you
cute.
know exactly what you're talking about. Hey,
Yeah,
you
there
spin that fire.
a lot of. It seemed like a. I mean, it's half and half. It's pretty split. It's pretty divided. You know what I'm saying? There's people who know what I'm talking about, and there's people who have no idea. They think I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not
Um,
crazy because when people get into and I'm gonna get right back to you, Miss Rebel Divine. When you get to all these people that want to be the highest so-called spiritual people, right? What do they
right,
throw up? They throw up mudras, right? Isn't
right.
this a mudra?
Yeah, it is.
Isn't this a mudra?
Right,
All these
exactly.
different things that we're saying is one thing 1 second is we never lost it. It was always in our DNA. They might have scribbled the code, and you know what I'm saying. We know that when they start cutting down the trees, we know that when the first thing they did was molest our drums. The first thing they did was molest our medicine. We literally medicine men. All of our people are medicine men, and
Right,
the first thing they did was start tampering with that to turn us into so-called drug dealers. They took our drums and they put our own frequency on it. They tell you this all the time. They tell you this in science. So when we're like you said, it has to be stupidity or you sleepwalking when you're riding around in your seat with a gun, knowing that's 5 to 10 years. You
yeah,
and you ain't gonna bust it, and you ain't gonna shoot it. When police catch you, you don't even shoot it. You get caught with a gun. You out here
right.
doing the dumbest stuff in the world. You driving around drawing attention to yourself. You got to be this clearly. Think about it. For everybody you seeing, they clone Tyrone. That's what they did. They cloned a bunch. They got in your mentality that all of y'all got to sag your pants. All y'all got to sell crack. All of us got to
Right.
be rappers. Everybody got to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn,
And that's by design, though. You know what I'm
that's a
saying?
spell. That's spell work
That is
on this obsidian mirror.
that that is a spell. I think like the sister Oshun was basically saying, she was just talking about the water. I mean, that's pretty much my same message too. Um, I'm a rapper. I'm an MC. I'm good at wordplay. I put words together, and I also I take pictures. I'm good at looking at pictures, media, words, and scribbling it in my head. You know what I'm saying? People are calling it schizophrenia, ADHD. I don't know, whatever it is.
Fuck them.
The creator let me use it for something. But
Look, so all I heard, you said a whole lot, but the first thing I heard was we gonna get a feature with you and Goddess Oshun, right? You gonna be on her next song, right? Y'all in Cali, ain't no way to listen. All I heard from y'all was y'all started your own Big Three podcast, and y'all about to start talking to the people, north, south, east, west, and getting us healed and getting us right. That's that what you said, Goddess Oshun? What's the name of your show gonna be?
he getting a girl group started. You trying to be the
I don't
manager?
know.
I ain't look. I'm just here. I'm just happy to be here. This is y'all
Yeah,
world.
but
I'm just happy to be here. Y'all tell me what y'all need done.
I think just like Goddess Ocean was talking about, Sister Ocean was talking about, I'm really big on the water as well.
Say,
I'm not gonna act like I'm super deep into all the knowledge of everything on the planet, and I'm not. I'm really not. Um, but I know what I know. You know what I'm saying? I know what I see. I know the downloads I've gotten. I know how it's made me feel. You know what I'm saying? I know how it's moved me. It's lit up a passion inside of me. And I just think like uh, in a world where it's just so much things happening, it's so much desensitizing. It's so much heartbreak. It's just hard to kind of feel anything these days. A lot of people are numb. So it's just
Well,
like going through so many things and just having to heal through that to just feel anything, to just be like to just feel like a human being, to let you feel anything. Like it's just it sucks that it's rare. And so like I think the fact that I was able to be moved in that way when I almost thought nothing could move me, and to light something in me, a fire, and give me a new sense of purpose and mission. I think that's just outer worldly. Um, but like I was saying with Sister Shun, I'm also, it's the water. It really is the water. And I know I keep bringing up the Water Boy movie, but I feel like it's an
that's
old
mama. Yeah.
movie. But and if you watch it, it will literally tell you everything that's going on. Our water is dirty. That's what's happening. Our water is contaminated. We can't
I
see
say.
straight. And so I'm just like, yeah, we could, like I said, and then it's like the water boy, or just if you look at the characteristics of Bobby, he was very peaceful. He was very peaceful. He was a mama's boy. You know what I'm saying? He was. Mom said, mom said, mom said. So,
I
you
like the way
know,
you break stuff down. We're gonna have a lot of breakdowns. I'm gonna have fun with you. Yeah.
yeah, he was a mama's boy, and that's what I was teaching in the second part of the video, basically. You didn't come from no set. You came from Offset. You came from your mama's womb. That's where you came from. That's where you're from. And so I just think that um I know we're this programming, all this thing that's been placed on us, it's just not us, on a just a basic level. We are water. We're here to just
You
be,
water. I
literally
say.
just be water. Yeah, what's Bruce Lee,
He
gently.
one of them. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, one of the one of the leads.
Oakland, baby.
Yeah,
You
but
want it. Listen, rule number
yeah, we're
one, like I
just
said, as long as you know that you're learning, nobody as soon as somebody said they're the master teacher, they automatically disqualify themselves, because we already know that everything they've been teaching has been a lie. Or everything they've told has been a bold-faced lie. So anybody upholding outdated information is full of shit. They
right.
they trying to uphold something that's how they were eating. They don't know how, no other way to do it. A lot of people are full of shit. Him, her, whatever, whatever. The real ones that's gonna come together and everything else, get rid of the ego, get rid of all this fake shit. You know what I'm saying? We all learn from the cradle to the grave. We know this. We learn from the cradle to the grave. And we're doing that together. And that's it. The matriarch ain't got nothing to do about who know what, none of that. About who's the most sincere, who got the biggest heart, who knows about resources, who knows about growing crops, who knows how to love and heal the people through, like you said, words and vibrations and all these different things. So no,
Absolutely,
it's way
absolutely.
bigger than what they trying to make it out to be. It ain't about y'all putting y'all feet down on a man neck, and then or we got to fight y'all for supremacy. That was never our problem. We we
It was
we we
not.
taking on European spells. That was their thing. They tell you this in 300. They tell you this in Game of Thrones. They
Can
tell
I
you how
just
they treat
say,
themselves. We over here trying to act like them, and that's our problem. We're trying to act like
absolutely. I'm
so.
watching patterns that are playing out. I just, like I said, I really like media. I always have to keep up with things just as an artist. And so I'm always looking at me. I go straight for the comments, when I'm on YouTube, because I want to see how the people are feeling, because that's what matters.
I
And
say,
and when I'm looking at this music, and I'm just seeing a constant pattern of people just like, oh my God, why do we keep getting this music? Why we always have to hear about this? Why can't we get nothing positive? Why can't we get this? Why, like, I'm seeing the people are saying they want change. You know what I'm saying? And I
and it's getting
remember,
loud.
I mean, like Cardi B or not, but I do remember her saying, which, yeah, I do remember her saying, like, if you don't like this music, then put your energy into what you do like, because the labels are going to follow that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're putting your energy to, but you guys keep buying this music or putting your energy towards this music, speaking about this music, and you're going to just keep getting more of that. You know what I'm saying? And she's right. And so I'm just seeing, like, on a collective level, I can just see that it's just time for a shift, and the people
I
want it.
say.
You know what I'm saying? They really, really
No,
do.
Mississippi big stand up. They got some artists coming out of Mississippi. They got a couple of artists. I don't know all these women's names, but they got some hard women out right now, putting out some good music. And it's crazy because these little boys out here say they talking about some drilling and everything. Who else you gonna kill? You ain't killed no Klansmen. You ain't killed no police. You ain't killing nobody I want to see dead. So it's
See,
like, man, the women is really damn taking the torch, even on the music aspect. When I thought hip hop and music is gone, there's some women really putting on some revolutionary music. Got it so soon. Are you signing somebody, or are you an independent artist?
Independent.
I say. So that's another thing that's revolutionary. That's our a support energy. Understanding that they gonna force you to do what they want you to do, and when you sign them contracts, you got to do what they tell you to do. You see what I'm saying? When you stay independent and learn how to do it, the best way, like people forget, all independent artists, the way they come up is through collaboration over competition. So no, man, we're at an hour now, man. Goddess, goddess, so soon. Give me some wisdom, please. Give me some wisdom.
mm, I am enjoying this wisdom around going within, um, in alignment with the Matriarch Monday, right? We have to learn how to receive. One of the women that was in the space this past Sunday uh, spoke about having a hard time to receive. She loved to give, 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 um, but had a hard time receiving. But receiving is feminine. It's divine feminine.
I say,
You know, to be able to sit in solitude and just listen and just receive. That's the magic of women. That's the medicine. You know, that is everything. You know, to be able to slow down enough to listen, right? In astrology, the feminine, one of the feminine aspects is Venus, you know, and it's a six, and it is about balance. You know, in order to balance is one aspect, and then there's another. You have to be able to receive, right? Before you can get to Mars, you got to receive. You can't take action before you receive the information. Um, but I'm just enjoying that messaging is going within. All the answers are there. Everything is there.
you are the matrix.
Yes, and like Queen was saying about epigenetics, it's like you were in your grandmother's womb, you know, and everything was already there. It was already there. So I'm enjoying that. That's my word.
Goddess, Queen Rebel. Give me some wisdom. No, my. By the way, you are 5%. By the way, go ahead and put on for the 5% nation, 5% clan. What's today's mathematics?
Hello, actually, it's right on time. Today's mathematics is wisdom born. So, as we were talking about wisdom, in the supreme, uh, in 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 supreme mathematics, wisdom is represented by the number two, which is the woman. It is a universal solvent, which is water. So therefore, as a universal solvent, then that means that you have everything that you need through wise ways, words, and actions to be able to accomplish anything that you put your mind to. So just as we were talking about going within, that is that wisdom. So just how you were saying, you can't move forward without the knowledge. So you do knowledge first, which is one, and then you move on to wisdom. So knowledge is like developing that foundation first, and then you graduate to wisdom to actually be able to pull together the knowledge that you have to actually create something tangible for motion to get us to understanding. Then we have born, and born is to be or to exist, and that is to exist independently. So, as we are talking about women, as we are talking about the matriarch, as we're talking about birthing a new nation, it's us. It's today, and it's already like in motion. We already have all of the pieces necessary for us to be able to
Okay.
bring forth a new paradigm, because we have the wisdom knowing that the people want something different. We have the wisdom of practicing healing the people by first healing ourselves and healing our families and touching our communities and things like that. Then after that, we get to then go through the rest of the steps to be able to graduate us into birthing a new paradigm of people, and being, because just as we were in our grandmother's wombs, our future ancestors are in our wombs right now. I don't know if your platform knows that women are baby girls are born with all the eggs that they gonna have. So like we literally are carrying
The universe,
the future. We are the universe.
the universe.
We are carrying the future. So so please understand,
I
everyone,
say,
that whatever it is that you want to birth, you do carry it with you at birth. Like you start off with it, you know, and as we are getting to understand and cipher tomorrow, then we're able to really expand and then be able to give unto others, because understanding is the best part. That is love, that is the child. So I definitely encourage everybody to hug a kid tomorrow or be childlike tomorrow, to be able to get back to those parts of you that society has crumbled and a lot of us have lost.
I
um,
say,
and then just adding on to the wisdom that the other queens shared, um, I'm thankful to be in a space where we understand, and not just understand, but we actually out doing the work. We're paying attention to the people, and most importantly, we holding the people accountable. So
I say,
I just ask that each of us take that part of servitude very seriously, of holding other people accountable. So saying stuff to people that they not gonna like because they don't see it from the perspective of fresh eyes, to be able to get themselves into a cycle, into the spiral going up. And then also for us to hold the people accountable and allow them to hold us accountable too. So there's going to be blockers that we also have. And so as we are borning wisdom, we are applying the best ways, words, and actions that are wise, because you're going to learn regardless. But are you learning something positive? Or are you learning something negative? And then what are you doing with the knowledge that you have? So with that, I
I
say
say, I say, God is juju. Spit something for the set. First off, hey, you know what mudras are?
The hand signals, right?
Yeah, mudras.
Yes.
All those,
Yeah.
like you really tap into them.
You said put something. You said put something up for the set.
No, I'm messing with you. All the queens come from a different region. She gave her wisdom. She gave her knowledge. You don't know over there gang banging. I don't know what y'all calling this. I don't know y'all lingo. It's gang gang. I don't know. It's whatever. But
you
when you
know.
study mudras, right? Each mudra, if you look at each hand sign, it goes
Yes.
to an ancient mudra. And
Okay.
once you start telling them that, and they'll listen to you. You know what I'm saying? They might listen to you when you start throwing up mudras and telling them that this means expelling all negativity. But it always meant that because it also means I remove all my obstacles out my path too. You see what I'm
Mm,
saying? So each one of them has been saying or remind them about the yellow brick road. That's all you gotta do. You say certain things about the yellow brick road, the ones that's really on, and then you got some bots that are just there to just terrorize and destroy things, but that means they're not about development. People, so that means they're not what they really say they are. We got a
right.
lot of people that wear kufis that eat pork. We got a lot of people that wear crosses that, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of fake people in different things, you know what I'm saying? So
I say now. I do have a cross on. I do have a cross on.
guess what?
But
Today's
but
Monday. There's not no but. You
no,
wore
I'm
the
saying
cross
I'm
because you
like I
chose to
can
wear
I
the
can let
cross.
me what I'm saying. Hold up. Let
No,
me
you don't got to listen. I told you in the beginning. Rule number one: fuck everybody. You ain't got to explain shit. Tonight is Monday, and
okay.
got it so soon to tell you today is Monday. I'm a child of Ashu. You see what I'm saying? I'm a child of Alegba. There's a crossroad, and at that
Right.
crossroad, you get to
Right.
choose which way you're going. As the 5% might say, might want to be on Salat to Mustaqim. Some might want to call, you know what I'm saying, go left, go right, but it's a crossroad. It goes way deeper than any Christianity or anything like that. That
Right.
cross goes way to the, you see what I'm saying?
Or
So
like I broke down in one of my other videos, the X chromosome. If
I
you
say,
if you look at Jesus on the cross, he's actually in the shape of a Y. And so I was connecting that to the element yttrium, basically, which was used for camera lenses, lighting, and things like that. And so, we got Jesus Christ Superstar. That's a really a play. You know what I'm saying? It's because
mhm,
he's on set. You know what I'm saying? It's all a big ploy. It's all a big play. And so, but
I
the
say,
it says that Jesus was. They see this is the thing. This a lot of wordplay. They like to play in your face, but they say that Jesus was nailed to the cross. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, what does it mean to nail? You know what I'm saying? Or it means to have intercourse, basically, to nail someone, basically.
Goddamn.
So when you say, so you have the X and then you have the Y, you know what I'm saying? So the X was nailed, I mean, the Y was nailed to the X, basically. Also, you have the XY chromosome, which is man, you know what I'm saying? That's why they say
Gotcha.
Christ was a man, could it be the XY chromosome? Probably so. But at the same time, we have an XX chromosome, but we do not have an YY chromosome, you know what I'm saying? And so they really need to understand how important that X really is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they show pictures of it, even with Jesus, before he was crucified and was standing right up. When he was carrying it, that's a cross. It's a sideways, it's an X. You know
You
what I'm saying?
right.
It's a sideways cross. Also, a cross is just it's a box unfolded, and so if you know about Saturn, then you know that there is a hexagon on the planet Saturn that is blue, and if you turn a hexagon to a 3D shape, it creates a cube. And a cube unfolded is a cross. You know what I'm saying? So this is Christ unfolding, basically. And then usually you'll see
Sense.
the pictures with more in like the Latin community. You'll see the flower and the Virgin Marys and things like that. That's just the unfolding of Christ consciousness. That flower, the Virgin Mary, she's a vagina. It's esoteric for a vagina. It's the hood, the head. You know what
The
I'm saying?
Masonic symbol. That whole
Yeah,
Masonic symbol.
it's all of it. It's all
The
sexual,
G
and
is
that's
the
the
G
thing.
spot.
Yeah,
I see you on it. Look, I
absolutely.
wasn't expecting
No,
that.
that's
You
no,
put check
that's
to your
what it
checkerboard.
is. That's what it is. It's
That's what it
all
is.
sex. It's all sex. If you even think about the occult, the occult is rules in the eighth house of Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? And hidden house, basically. And what is the region that Scorpio rules over? The genitals. You know what I'm saying? It is
Okay.
all sex, and that is where creation comes from. You know what I'm saying? Even you have to always bring a masculine and feminine together to create something. You know what I'm saying? The left and right parts of your mind, there's always an equal opposite that you have to unify in order for creation to come out. You know what I'm saying? Which is shameless plug, but the symbol on my hat. It's it's the Vesica Pisces, which is where they get the Jesus fish from. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
It's just the child
And
coming
no
out of
more.
mother's womb. That's
I
all it
say.
is. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't took it and turned it into all this, witchy woo kitchen magician shit. Excuse my language. But it's really that simple. You know what I'm saying? And also I personally was a little bit weary, for example, just like the way I presented myself, because I knew I would get a lot of pushback on, who do you think you are speaking on the community? You look like that. You got that European hair, and I knew I was gonna catch it. You know what I'm saying? But I kept it because um, I learned a while ago back in mystery school. The greatest magicians, they blend in. You know what I'm saying? They blend in with you. And when you look a certain way, I had to tell people in the comments, like, y'all don't listen to the sisters with the locks and the fros, and y'all don't want to hear it. You hear Namaste, and you just swipe. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to hear what they got to say because you think you know everything. You know what I'm saying? But I come like this, and you think I'm about to twerk or whatever you think I'm about to do, and instead I'm
And
talking
you
about
fuck
something
them up.
else.
And you fuck their
Yeah, they
head
didn't
up.
expect it. They didn't
Look,
expect it. You know what I'm saying? And so
drop
it's
them,
just
get them.
like, but I learned that because if you see somebody, sometimes presenting a certain way, um, and I'm just saying this in general, no disrespect to the queens up here at all, the goddesses up here. You guys are beautiful. Um, but just sometimes I learned in that specific lesson about the magician that sometimes appearing a certain way can be a hindrance, because to the consciousness, because people already think you're gonna know, they think they know what you're gonna say already. You come in and you look a certain way, they're like, get away from here with that black power. I don't want, they don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? And they think they already know, so they're already on defense, basically. You know what I'm saying? Versus if somebody come in the room, look just like them, just start dropping gems, and you know what I'm saying, spend some knowledge and dropping some gems or whatever like that, they're more likely to receive it. You know what I'm saying? Because their guards are down. They're like, oh, you look like me, you're one of me.
That makes
You
so much
might not
sense.
be. You know what I'm
No, you're
saying?
right. You
You
spend number
know?
facts.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm like, it worked. It worked. It didn't it? You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of people's attention. It works. You know what I'm saying? And so
No, man,
I'm saying
you
that
you be
creator is getting
surprised.
the creator
You
is
be real
getting
surprised. That,
very
that lock thing don't really mean nothing. It might mean what it mean, but a lot of people just be having this shit. That's just like wearing the damn fake ass kufi of the cross. A lot of people just be doing this shit, just be doing it. They don't be knowing, they don't be real.
right.
These
Look,
people still got the
guys,
same Christian
and that's
mentality where they still out here gossiping. They still out here backbiting. They still out here can't work together to say their life. They still out here. So a lot of this stuff don't mean nothing. It's about energy. That right now we're in the age of frequency and energy. We're in the age of what you're gonna do. You see what I'm saying? What are you doing right now? Some people in the energy of what I heard, what I think, what I thought. No, be in your energy. Fuck what a motherfucker talk about, cause shit, you got my attention. You see what I'm saying? And 20,000 other people's attention. And you say you know how to, you're doing music, put that into your music. Be something different. Like you said, we want something different. We tell you want something different. We're not writing these scripts. Me and the guy that's always said we're not the ones that write these scripts or put this stuff on Netflix and got y'all thinking that every nigga's gay and every nigga's weak or every nigga's a drug dealer. Or, you see what I'm saying? That's their script. You see what I'm saying? And Hollywood is falling. The news channels are falling. That's why these podcasts are more important. People want
Oh
to hear how
yeah, oh
y'all
yeah.
really feel.
Because it's not even about the thing about it is that the people don't trust the machine anymore. They know something's up, they
Mm,
don't trust it, and so now the new celebrity is the influencers. We're in the age of Aquarius now. It's
I
sister
say,
sign Leo. Leo is the celebrity. Leo is the me, and the one in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? But Aquarius don't really care about that. It really down to the bone is just like, are you a good person? Are you trying to help the
intellect.
collective? What you about? I don't care about your followers or none of that. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I'm just seeing there's a lot of people. It's a lot of like mannequins. Everyone's super pretty but super shallow. You know what I'm saying? And I was just telling my friend the other day, just because you have talked your whole life for a living does not mean you are a speaker. It doesn't mean you need to go buy a microphone. It does not mean that, bro.
They
Public
got
speaking is
500.
a
I'm
talent.
an influencer.
It's a talent, you know what I'm saying? But these higher ups, they want influence. That's what they care about. You know what I'm saying? They're not making celebrities anymore. That's out. They're letting the chosen ones pop their head out. You know what I'm saying? By themselves. You know what I'm saying? So they can pick them out. You know what I'm saying? Of the litter. They didn't got everybody on a baseline and they're waiting to see who pops their head out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's a crazy game for real, and I'm just kind of just peeping what's going on, and I'm just like, man, it's really sad to see. It's very sad to see, and I'm like, somebody got to do something, and it's like we all don't have to do the same thing. As a Virgo
I say,
myself, I
I
understand
say,
the importance of just like compartments. At the end of the day, it's like the tiny pieces that get the big machine rolling. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be at the front. You don't have to be trying to suck all the glory. You don't have to be the biggest piece. Even the smallest piece, if it's not working, can stop the whole entire machine. You know what I'm saying? I think it's
I
just
say,
very important for people to go within and just find out who you are and stop trying to be somebody else and stop trying to live somebody else's destiny, somebody else's path, and just cut turn his TV off. Like, turn his TV off. Just turn it off. You know what I'm saying? And really just like tune in, turn it off and tune in, because I promise you, it will come, and you'll know that, okay, what I'm here to do. How can I play my part? You know what I'm saying? Because just who you are is a puzzle piece of the bigger picture, and it's needed. It's really, really needed. You know what I'm saying?
I say.
And that puzzle piece, it's just like, it is the puzzle. So it's just like saying that, you're, what was it? To realize that you are just a drop of water in the sea, but also know that you're the sea in a tiny drop of water. You know what I'm saying? It's all connected. So it's just like the best thing that you can do is literally just be yourself, go within, and just figure out what you're here to do using astrology, numerology, gematria, alchemology. That's a new one a lot of people don't know. That's what I use when I do my decodes. That's why I'm pulling out them elements. They can't take me in my element.
How that Queen
Yeah,
O'Shun get that
yeah.
roots
We pulling out
reading?
them elements on that ass because
Get
the
that roots
periodic
reading.
table, they wasn't listening. They wasn't listening in science class. They don't think none of that stuff has nothing to do with us. And they did it like that on purpose, where they just it taught us this stuff that it felt like it was irrelevant. And the whole time they talking about us. You know what I'm saying? The
The
whole
whole
entire
time.
time. And so I just really am trying to get people to see that all of us, not even just the Crips and the Bloods, all of us are on set. The whole entire world is in on something and they're
Yeah.
watching us. You know what I'm saying? Like a TV show to see what we do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to get everybody to see, like, it's really, the change is really going to start individually, because it's the individual person individually that makes up the collective. You know what I'm saying? I believe the eye of God is every single individual person waking up one person at a time, as a
sure.
collective for this big giant eye to open and realize, you know what I'm saying, and wake up. That's what I believe the eye of God is. It's all of us together in unity and harmony. You know what I'm saying? So that's my one too.
I say. Now look, we also said we talked about matriarch economics. That means I'm trying to support each one of y'all business. Goddess Oshun Femi. How do we put some money in your pocket? How do we support you? Where do we find your music? I need to run it up. We going 5 times
Oh.
platinum tonight.
Well, I mean, I got a cash app. It's $ Oshun Femi. Venmo @Oshun Femi. But if you want to partake in some of my offerings, music, you can find it everywhere. Oshun Femi, OSUNFEMI, no H. Once you type all that in, I'll come up. You don't have to remember the rest. And then, I offer different types of readings. I hold different classes and different in person workshops. It's all on warriorwoman.shop. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. That's about where I'm at right
All
now.
platforms. Yes,
YouTube,
ma'am.
YouTube,
And,
yeah.
and your new show. What's your zodiac against Goddess?
What's that?
What's your zodiac sign?
Oh, well, you're gonna have to take one guess.
Man, I got a Cancer in the room. I got a Virgo, water, Earth. I know you embrace water. Damn, are you a Scorpio?
I'm
No. Well, what are you? Got me on here guessing looking bad.
a Gemini.
Oh, okay.
I was
I should,
close because
and you
I
know what?
thought
I should have went with my first mind, Earth, Wind, and Fire. So that should be the name of y'all new group, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Hey.
Look, I should have went with my first mind. Damn, second guess myself. Like you said, y'all know who you are and go with it. Um, God is Rebel Divine. How do we support you? How do we put some money in your pocket? Look, first off, these are all black women. We talking about matriarch economics. These are black women handling business, man. Out here trying to support people. They could be out here going the easy route because everybody wants a black woman. They can be out here doing whatever for some money, and they chose to heal people. They could be out here living their best life, and they out here trying to heal raggedy ass niggas like myself. You see what I'm saying? So we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Look, keep every time you might have saved somebody's life by telling him, yo, you gangbanging the whole wrong way. You're supposed to be doing it like this. You're supposed to be on some growth and development, and you over here trying to be chaos. You trying to destroy, and it's really time to rebuild. You might save the little kids because all them little badass kids in Atlanta need help. All of them, something wrong with them. Go holler this
don't
lady.
be
She
talking about our babies. Hold
listen.
on. Don't be
All of
don't
them
be talking
fucked up.
about our
Listen,
babies.
get help. Go 1-800. Get help by this lady right here. Um,
I like that.
the Goddess Oshun. You know what I'm saying? We all y'all are helping in different ways. Goddess Queen Rebel Divine. How we put some money in your pocket? How can we support you?
Peace. Thank you so much for asking that. I too have a cash app. It is DOUCEURIM. I know that sounds crazy, but I had an intimate mediation brand that I had where I was mediating romantic relationships. So not being a therapist, but actually providing uh, tools, tips, and immersive experiences for people. And it just won't let me change from that. But it's DOUCEURIM. So douceur, which means sweetness in French, I am. Also, I can be found on Instagram, which I've already followed you ladies, and it is at Rebel Divine. So REBYLDAEVINE. And besides Cash App, my favorite way of being supported is by my events. So I am an emotional intelligence curricula developer, and I also host events. So I teach people how to identify, manage, and regulate their emotions. And I do it in workbook form. I put therapy on paper, and I also do it in emotional alchemy sessions. So I also offer online services too, and that can be accessed through Instagram, where like it's just a DM away, or if you follow my brand, which is Balanced Enlightenment, you guys can shoot me a DM like that too. So yeah, if you guys can come by Timbuktu, bring a coat or bring a donation because we always fundraising. I'll take that too. So
I
that's
share, I share. Respect that. Respect that. Goddess Juju, Miss Rapper. I'm talking about, I already know you're gonna be big. You in California already. I see
Yeah,
you already got a song, you got a
born and
feature with this
raised.
goddess already. I see in the future. Look, you ain't know I can read cards. You got a feature coming up with Kendrick Lamar soon. Go into this how we can support
I
you
don't
now.
know. I don't know. Kendrick gonna want me all the yapping I've been doing about the industry. I
Man,
don't
Kendrick,
know.
that's gonna keep him relevant.
I don't know.
Go and tell us about your music.
Maybe. Yes, I'm currently working on a project right now, a personal project right now. So that's in the winds, but that's in the wings, that's in the background right now. Right now what's at the forefront is literally my decoding content right now. That's the art that's at the forefront right now.
Say,
Um that's my baby, you know. So I really want to water her and build that foundation right now while I have people's attention, you know. From there we can play with it, you know.
you ain't lying.
I mean, since everybody else got their cash out, my cash app, I could be reached. My cash app is balanced, so it's BALENSED. So it's like balance and a camera lens mixed together. That's because I also do photography.
I
I'm
say,
clever with it, you know what I'm saying?
man, get that money. Get that money back on me.
So clever.
Man, I appreciate all you guys. If y'all feel like each one of these, I'm gonna need y'all to give at least 1 or 2 likes for each one of these beautiful goddesses. If each goddess on here beautiful, give them a like. Um,
Thank
Please
you.
follow each one of these
Also,
goddesses. Support these goddesses. Go to their page. Please collaborate. I really want to see y'all on your own podcast because I know y'all gonna go great. Y'all should monetize and build like that. And collaboration over competition, man, come together because if people listen to y'all, tell them the right thing to do. You see what I'm saying? Keep on putting out good content, and we appreciate y'all. We value y'all. We love that divine feminine energy. Don't let the TV or media lie to y'all. If you want to support Arisha Stone, you can always come check out our page, Instagram, whatever. We always putting on something for the matriarch. That was Mayat. We love stones. Also, right now, I think we're going into turquoise season. Get you right now, we're in cold black. A lot of people don't realize that, but there's a lot going on, man. There's a lot of crazy psyops going on, which is triggering other things. So stay in groups, keep yourself protected, keep a weapon on you at all times. If you don't have somebody around you, but numbers is everything. You know what I'm saying? So keep yourself protected. Turquoise, black tourmaline, obsidian. You know what I'm saying? That's just some of the name a few. But if you get some of those things right there, they most definitely do you justice. So I appreciate y'all, guys. I would love to do this again with y'all sometime, and thank y'all for honoring the goddess Assata Shukar.
Free them all.
I'll say, man, I appreciate you goddesses, and thank y'all for y'all time. And I wish y'all success in all y'all endeavors. Thank you for coming with us tonight for Matriarch Monday. I'll say,
hey,
peace.
having us. Peace.